Hey folks, Dynamic Dave here for another edition of Dynamic Power Picks. You know, the show where you can win a Coleman's Dynamic gift box with all of the goodies inside. Tell you what, we're gonna let you listen to this and it'll tell you all about the picks and what you could win. And when we come back, we'll jump into the picks. Hey friends, David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Products and RibRub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. It's where you'll find the best dry marinade for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats and vegetables. We're gearing up for a very busy season, so I want you to make sure you take advantage of the great sale we've got going on right now. It's the Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. It comes in 3 great flavors, hot and spicy, original, or scorching, or a 4th combination box. What is a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box? Well, I'm glad you asked. You get 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Nuts, a bag of Coleman's Dynamic Fry Dust, and of course, you get a bottle of rib juice, pepper juice, and rib dust. You can't beat that. Order a Coleman's Dynamic gift box today and get a digital copy of the Coleman's Dynamic recipe book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to place that order for Coleman's Dynamic gift box before the holiday rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah, at RibRub.com. Okay, welcome back. It's Dynamic Power Picks. Wow, what a tough week. We're above 500, 5-5 last week. Not that great, but not too bad. That brings us to a grand total of 47-38. So we're still 9 games above 500. So we're doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. You know, some interesting games last week. You know, college football has really been packed with a lot of good games, and you're talking about parity. This is what you wanted, okay? So I'm loving it. You can't really say who's going to win what, when, where, and what. Right now, Ohio State seems to be the cream of the crop, and whomever else is coming along, we'll just have to wait and see. But anyway, 5-5 last week. We'll do better this week. Just stick with the brother. Just remember what I tell you. I'm not putting my money on it, so why would you put yours on it? I'm just being real with you, okay? So, first of all, let's jump into the college picks. Penn State at Ohio State. Penn State is reeling, coach is fired, all this other good stuff. By the way, I still say Arkansas should hire James Franklin, but that's another story for another day. Ohio State is an 18.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Buckeyes. Yep, I'm taking the Buckeyes. Vandy travels to Texas. Is this the same Vanderbilt that I used to cover when I lived in Nashville? Shout out to all my good buddies over there at Vanderbilt off Broad, and good old Larry Leathers did yeoman's work while he was there. Vanderbilt finally getting some recognition. Has they been ranked since, 1947? Somewhere like that. Go Doors! Yeah. And I'm going to say go Doors. They are a 3.5-point dog on the road against Texas. I'm not sold on Arch. I'm not. I'm going to take the Commodores plus the 3.5. Georgia and Florida, the world's largest cocktail party. You know, that's what they used to call it when we were growing up. Then everybody got politically correct. Oh, we can't talk about cocktails when y'all down there getting drunk as a skunk, right? But anyway, Georgia, Florida, there's no home field advantage. You get half Georgia fans, half Florida fans. It is a great spectacle to behold. But I don't think Florida is up to the task. They are struggling, reeling, firing their coach. Who knows what's happening in Florida? I got to take Georgia. And, this seems a little short. No, it's Georgia 7.5. Okay? I got you. All right. Next game, Virginia versus Cal. Virginia let me down last week, but they did win. But now they travel and go on the road to play Cal. They're a 5.5-point favorite. You know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm just going with the Virginia Cavaliers because of Chris Canty. I'm going to be honest with you. I told you, I don't. This is not scientific at all. It ain't scientific. But I'm gonna take the Cavaliers plus the 5.5. Last but not least, in college, Oklahoma travels to UT. And you know, I'm not sure what's going on with Mac Tier and his thumb. And I've been riding the Sooners for the last couple of weeks and been getting disappointed. I mean, they just been crapping all over my picks. You know what? I just can't ride with the Sooners going to UT, Knoxville, all that orange and white, people going crazy. UT is a 5.5 point favorite. I'm going to take the Vols. All right? So that's the college picks. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll jump into the pros. Hey friends, David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Products and RibRub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. It's where you will find the best dry marinade for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats and vegetables. We're gearing up for a very busy season, so I want you to make sure you take advantage of the great sale we've got going on right now. It's the Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. It comes in 3 great flavors: hot and spicy, original, or scorching, or a 4th combination box. What is a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box? Well, I'm glad you asked. You get 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Nuts, a bag of Coleman's Dynamic Fry Dust, and of course, you get a bottle of rib juice, pepper juice, and rib dust. You can't beat that. Order a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box today and get a digital copy of the Coleman's Dynamic Recipe Book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to place that order for Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box before the holiday rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah, at RibRub.com. All right, Dave Coleman here. Welcome back to Dynamic Power Picks. You just heard college. We're going to jump into the pros right now. Let's take the Bears versus the Bengals. If the Bears has made any strides whatsoever, they ought to be able to beat the Bengals. I know they're going on the road and they got the hoo-day and all that other crap that they say in Cincinnati, but at the end of the day, you ought to be able to beat the Bengals. Bears minus the 2.5. Vikings versus the Lions. What is going on with J.J. McCarthy? Look, I don't mean to be looking back, but I warned y'all about J.J. McCarthy. He was a kid that didn't throw any in college, very little, and y'all say he can throw. Then he gets injured. Look, I'm not sold on him. Prove me wrong, J.J. I got to take the Lions plus the 9.5. All right, Falcons and the Patriots. Are we ready to believe that the Patriots is as good as people are trying to pretend that they are? I'm not, okay? And of course, the Falcons are up and down, up and down, up and down. I think they go on the road and beat the Patriots. In fact, I think they cover Falcons plus the 5.5. Broncos versus the Texans. Are we quietly seeing the Texans climb back into this thing? I don't know, but I'm not sold on Bo Nix either. Now, I know the Broncos have a great defense, but Texans don't have a bad defense either. This might be a 6-3 slug 'em out punching match, kick 'em in the you know what, but I'm going to go with the Texans because they're at home. Texans minus the 1.5. Last but not least, the game of the weekend. It's the Chiefs and the Bills. Chiefs go on the road to face the Bills. Chiefs are probably saying, hey, look, it don't mean nothing to us because it ain't in the playoffs. Y'all can beat us all you want in the regular season, but we going to whoop your ass in the playoffs. That's what they usually do, okay? Bills will usually win in the regular season. Chiefs win in the playoffs. The question is, what's going on with the Bills? They got some defensive problems. Their wide receivers are not playing well. All of that stuff. Is Josh Allen asked to do too much? And then, of course, here's Patrick Mahomes. He's the greatest thing, next best thing since sliced sourdough bread. He's getting it together. Here comes the Chiefs. They're playing pretty good defense. I think the Chiefs wins this game. The Chiefs are a 1.5 favorite on the road. I'm taking the Chiefs. All right. We'll take our last break. When we come back, we'll give you a recap of all the picks today. And hang on. We'll be back in a moment. Hey friends, David W. Coleman here for Coleman's Dynamic Products and RibRub.com. That's RIBBRUBB.com. It's where you will find the best dry marinade for baking, grilling, and smoking your favorite meats and vegetables. We're gearing up for a very busy season, so I want you to make sure you take advantage of the great sale we've got going on right now. It's the Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box. It comes in 3 great flavors: hot and spicy, original, or scorching, or a 4th combination box. What is a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box? Well, I'm glad you asked. You get 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Rub, 3 bags of Coleman's Dynamic Rib Nuts, a bag of Coleman's Dynamic Fry Dust, and of course, you get a bottle of rib juice, pepper juice, and rib dust. You can't beat that. Order a Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box today and get a digital copy of the Coleman's Dynamic Recipe Book. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to place that order for Coleman's Dynamic Gift Box before the holiday rush. And remember, bake it, grill it, smoke it. Oh yeah, at RibRub.com. Welcome back to Dynamic Power Picks. Dynamic Dave here. We're picking the games. Of course, we are for the year 47-38. Not bad last week, 5-5, staying above 500. I will tell you, for the entire year, we have not been below 500. So that tells you that, hey, I got a pretty good guessing game going on, okay? And by the way, I'm not putting my money on these games. Are you? You shouldn't be, okay? And by the way, if you are and you think you got a problem, go get some help, please. Just go. Don't be betting the rent, all that other stuff. No, don't do that. Okay, now back to the picks. Okay, here's a recap for the picks. Here's college. I'm taking Ohio State minus 18.5. Vanderbilt plus 3.5. Georgia minus 7.5. Virginia minus 3.5, and Tennessee minus 5.5. In the pros, I'm taking the Bears minus 2.5, the Vikings, the Lions minus 9.5, the Falcons plus 5.5, the Texans minus 1.5, and the Chiefs minus 1.5. And there you have it. Those are the Dynamic Power Picks for this week. Hey, I wish you luck, and I'm going to tell you again, don't put your money on this stuff. We just having fun. We'll see you next time. Bye.